before we get the episode started, we are in the top 20 people to possibly win the People's Choice Award at the Podcast Awards.
Woo! And we're so in sync.
Guys, please vote for us. So we're going to put the link in the description.
Yeah.
And we're going to put it on the stories
There'll
and everything for
also be a link to our Instagrams. Go follow that.
Yes.
Go subscribe to our channels. Go
100%. But think about it. Okay.
Think about the first link, though, first.
Yes. We are by no means the biggest podcast that has been nominated in that category.
No means a good podcast. We're by no means a great
I think we're an amazing podcast. And for our audio listeners, you can just go onto the British Podcast Awards website, and the People's Choice or Listener's Choice Award will be there, and you'll see that we are in the top 20. And
there we are.
Like I said, we are by no means one of the biggest podcasts in that. But if every single one of you right now just stopped and went to vote for us, we could win.
We could get like 7th or something. That'd be good.
That would be really good. Even if we're in like the top 5, I will be buzzing my tits off. So please, right, George, tell them to stop. Stop for a second.
And roll yourself
whatever you're doing
into the comments/description section.
Yeah.
And click the link. If you're listening, what you're doing, watch us. You're missing out on a whole host of sexy hunkies.
But still
here.
listen.
But
still
also,
listen. Do both.
Yeah, also, just go to the fucking podcast.
Go to our Instagram account, and I'll put it in the featured bit at the bottom. I'll make a full story about it, because if you all just actually went to go and vote now, you can do it on your phone. Just do it right now. Please vote for us, and we might actually win. How crazy would that be if we won and we're nowhere near the biggest podcast?
Kiss you so much.
I would kiss you literally on the lips and everything. So please, and George, right, solemnly swear right now that if anybody ever comes up to you and says, I voted for you at the Podcast Awards, UK British Podcast Awards, whatever it's called, you will give them a kiss on the lips. Solemnly swear it. Shake.
I solemnly swear that if you, is that a bit of tan?
Yeah, it seeped into
I solemnly swear that if somebody comes up to me and says, I voted you in the UK Podcast Awards, I will say, you, sir/mum, are a gorgeous individual, and I'll kiss you from head to toe.
Oh! Everybody, stop what you're doing right now, pause the episode, and go and vote. Okay, right. Moving on from that, George, a lot has happened in the short time that we've been away from each other. You went to Sri Lanka, I moved house.
Yeah.
That's about it, really.
There we go. Right, let's get into the episode.
How was Sri Lanka?
Hot, sweaty, humid. I went there in a tuk-tuk. I didn't go there in a tuk-tuk. That would have been a hell of a journey. Yeah. I went there and got in a tuk-tuk.
If anybody doesn't know what that is, would you like to describe?
It's basically like a car, but not really at all. It's got 3 wheels. It's sort of motorcycle car hybrid. If you live in London, you know what they are, because you'll have been charged an extortionate amount of money to travel 3 meters.
I went on one the other night.
Yeah.
Bad
Did
vibes.
you hear the people that went from like east to west London in one and got charged $1,000?
No.
So they didn't realise how expensive it was.
Oh my god. That doesn't surprise me. Oh, that's good though. So, are you allowed to give much detail as to why you were there?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you I won't give away who won challenges or like the outcomes or anything, but it's basically the Burnt Chip, Josh Larkin. If you're a Fortnite enjoyer, the young chip. He took us to Sri Lanka, 4 of us, me, Arthur TV, Arthur Hill himself, and we had 2 teams, the Tuckle Brothers and Let Him Tuck, and we basically, it's called the Rickshaw Run. It's an actual thing.
Oh right.
There's like 50 teams where you race a tuk-tuk across Sri Lanka. It's quote unquote race because there's days in between, and you can make it in like 3 days if you just put your pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't actually make it if you put your pedal to the metal, because the only pedal you've got is the brake. But yeah, you just drive across and just see Sri Lanka. And I didn't realise Sri Lanka was as hilly, as dangerous, and as hot as it was. But it is. It's quite beautiful though. Very beautiful place. I'll show you some of these views because you haven't seen them yet.
No.
It's actually like stunning.
I've heard it is amazing.
This was the last house, the last villa we were in before we left.
Oh wow!
Next to the beach,
nice beach,
big old sexy beach next to it. This was of the last night there.
Oh, more beach.
Yeah,
ocean.
more beach. We're just showing them loads
Beach.
of beaches. You know it is. That's the Airbnb.
Oh, see beach there.
Yeah, you can.
More beach.
But then that's where the beaches stop.
Airbnb
Look at the
beach.
state of that, by the way. That is mental,
mountain,
isn't it?
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
not just mountain. Like you can look for, I would say, about 10 plus miles you can see in that, because we're so high up and it's so far.
Wow,
That's muck crazy.
that is crazy.
But yeah, we almost like it was sort of Top Gear style. Like we could have fallen off and died.
I was
like,
gonna say
genuinely.
that's
the other
not-
team
I
at one point almost fell off. I think.
Jesus Christ, I would be terrified. I don't think I'll be able to do something like that.
No, like if I hit a pothole wrong at one point, or like just lost concentration when I was going up the mountain, and just or turned late or got so. Bear in mind, we learned to drive these, and we learned to drive them in an hour.
Oh my God.
And then went home, went to bed, got the next day, drove. The second day, we were going up a mountain that was 6,000 feet up, and if you fell, you would just tumble down the hill.
Jesus Christ.
2 hours to try and get to the summit from, like, I guess, like a quarter of the way up from where the normal roads are.
Did you have any meltdowns?
I started being like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
Like,
I would probably think
I was like, we were like an hour in to go up this mountain. I was like, what the hell are we doing? Like,
yeah.
like, what? This isn't a YouTube. I was like, this isn't a YouTube video. Like,
Yeah.
what? Like,
This is
do
death.
you see the Sidemen doing this? No,
Yeah.
and they'll get 7 times the views on this
Yeah.
video, and they'll just be kicking a football at a crossbar. Meanwhile, I'm driving up the side of a mountain, putting my life on the line.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a lot.
yeah, but it was good fun.
Oh,
Really,
core
did
memories.
enjoy. Yeah, and there was some funny bits and bobs that occurred.
I saw that thing where you had to the people would slap each other on a log.
Yeah, so that was apparently a traditional Sri Lankan thing, where not necessarily over the water, but it's just like you get a pillow and you just leather the shit out of each other. But I thought they'd be stood up trying to balance and like hit each other off. No, they just had their legs either side of this log, and then just were like a foot away from each other and just twatting each other with these sleeping bags.
Crazy.
But when they go into, obviously when they fall in, the pillow gets wet, so it's just like slugging someone. It's an interesting game.
Crazy times.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the food like?
Oh, the food was good, to be fair, until the last night where Arthur, Mr. Hill, got very ill.
Oh no.
And was up all night throwing up, so I didn't get any sleep the last night because we were sharing a room. And I was holding his hair back. No, we weren't. That wasn't happening. I was just trying to get to sleep. But no problems. You just have to be careful with, like, well, I mean, we were staying at nice like hotels and Airbnbs, so.
Oh. Crazy times.
You moved
George.
house.
I did move house, and it was very stressful. I didn't realize how much shit I've got. Literal, like, piles and piles of. Anytime
you're
I
allowed
do
to flush it.
I just can't let go of it that easily. Every time that I do anything, I keep like memorabilia of it. Like I always do. Like our podcast launch party, I have like full cutouts of like mine and yours face, probably the ones that were in the urinal covered in piss.
Nice. Authentic.
So I just have random stuff like that scattered around my room. So having to like search through it all and decide what to throw away, and I'm a bit of a hoarder. Like I find it difficult to throw things away, even like old t-shirts. I'm like, oh, but I wore that when I did this, and it's like it's got holes in it. You're
That's
never going to wear
weird,
it again.
Max.
It is.
You need to let go.
Yeah. But
Sell it.
managed to get it all in to a van.
Nice.
Then took it to the house, and it's just so weird. Like we're in this big old house that,
No need to flex.
but it's massive. No, it's
Like
not.
an hour to get down the driveway.
Yes. But it's like it's so old style decorated from the older people who lived there that, I mean, it's taken us a while to like actually, because we've got to like lift up the carpets, get new carpets, put like underfloor heating in somewhere because like they might get
God,
damp.
the struggles, eh?
No, but it's like, how do you do
It's
that?
so annoying because we've had to put the underfloor heating in. We couldn't find a place to put our jacuzzi.
I literally said when it's summer next year, I'm gonna do one of those rent a jacuzzi for a day things.
You're not renting one. You are buying one.
I'm not buying a fucking jacuzzi.
You
That
would
seems.
buy one. I reckon.
That seems
I
well
reckon for the
annoying
amount
to
of
have.
time that you'd want to rent one for, it'd be cheaper to buy one.
Oh, I do love a jacuzzi. Actually, now I think about it.
And you'd want to hop in one in the winter. You don't care. It doesn't. It's not because it's summer. You want to.
Yeah,
you
that's
would
so
want to
true.
just.
Oh no, I'm not getting a jacuzzi.
Have I just
yet.
convinced you to buy a jacuzzi that
Maybe,
easily?
possibly. Whenever I go to the gym, I just sit in the jacuzzi for an hour.
See, if you can, and then you're gonna get weights and stuff for your house.
No, I'm not. I have a good gym. I'm gonna stay to the gym.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
I'm
you are
not becoming one of those.
I'm convinced that you are going to buy yourself a hot tub.
Oh my god, I hope not, because we have to like sort out carpet first. If I become stupid and prioritize getting a hot tub over like sorting out central heating
at hot tubs, be like, oh,
anyone want to send me one? Hey,
what's everyone's experiences with at hot tubs UK?
Hot tubs _
I
UK.
really want to know. Just at like 7 different hot tub companies.